Dear listeners, Poetry number 91 has the title, The Name of the Game is Respect. What you consider sacrosanct may not be for the other. Let your heart's room be as wide as the world. Explained by the story, Bianca Davids, a yoga student, was convinced that only wicked people ate meat, so she despised non-vegetarians in her heart. Then she got a scholarship to study overseas. The terms of the scholarship covered her academic expenses, but her transport all the way to Japan from Africa was the headache. Who was to help? She was the daughter of a poor woman. She had raised her single-handedly. She had lost her dad in an accident barely 3 months after she was born. None of her fellow vegetarians could be of help. Though they genuinely wished to be, the money was simply not there. The chief butcher of the big market heard of her need. They were neighbors, and he had been a childhood friend of her mother and father. Too many times, Bianca had spoken to him, depicting her disgust at his business. Was he so heartless as to look at an animal in the face and slaughter it? He must repent. Bianca had many times warned him derisively. So had advised her to study Romans 14 and the Bible, especially Romans 14, 2-3, where it is written clearly, some people's faith allows them to eat anything, but the person who is weak in the faith eats only vegetables. Those who eat anything are not to despise those who don't, while those who eat only vegetables are not to pass judgment on those who will eat anything, for God has accepted them. Yet Bianca had developed her haughty attitude toward the butcher and all who ate meat, and she would not budge. Now, the butcher happened to be rich enough to help her with airfare. When he heard of her plight, he visited her mother and discussed it. The mother never considered such a possibility, especially as she hadn't approached him for it. She welcomed his offer, and the chief butcher gave her the money with a smile. Bianca didn't know how to say thanks for such magnanimity. She had lost hope and assumed her academic dream was botched. Now, she began to grow mentally. The chief butcher wasn't a wicked man after all. This began her journey to spiritual maturity and self-realization. She understood that one needs a large heart in this mottled world to respectfully accommodate people with different opinions and lifestyles. For indeed, what one regards as sacrosanct may not be so to another, but God accepts us all when we live in mutual respect, pursuing only peace and kindness with true, faithful love. After the successful completion of her education overseas, she got happily married to one of her lecturers. He ate meat, though she still does not. The cohesive love between them easily causes envy despite this difference, and she never stops praising that kind butcher who saved her life by expanding her hitherto narrow mentality. Note, therefore, esteemed friends, the name of the game is respect. And respect is reciprocal. Thank you.